Oh, hey there. I didn't expect to see you so soon. Is that corny yet? Have I played that out? So I'm just going to hang out here for a few moments. We're giving you all the London teas I can offer today. Alrighty, I'm just going to sit here and look at this and keep calm and carry on. Good morning, Lolita. So, what are we talking about today? Well, today, I don't know if you heard, Britain left or is leaving the EU. That is really, really, child. So I decided to make everything about England today. Some of you may or may not know. I know it's thousands of you out there, millions, in fact. Oh my gosh, the thing is counting so high. We're at like 5 million already. You may or may not know that I used to live in London. I was a Londoner for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. So I know everything about the country, obviously. I know everything there is to know about it. And not only am I a Londoner, I'm also a political analyst and expert by trade. So everything I offer comes with that understanding that I am infallible and know every goddamn thing I'm talking about. Psych. What do I have to offer? Well, cheers. Like I said, I'm giving you a little bit of tea, brother, in it. Proper tea, a proper spot of tea. I haven't been over there in a while, so my accent is whack. Brexit. I it blows my mind. It has me thinking that, is it the end of days? I feel like am I on the Truman Show? Am I being punked? Is this a farce? Like, I just think that it's a joke. Like, I think that it's so bizarre. You had this good thing going. Y'all weren't even one of the like smaller, less respected countries in this, union. It was like y'all can use your own money, y'all can do your own thing. But you also could come and go as you please in these other countries. Like, I was about to sell my body to get a British passport because I don't speak the other languages, but my British passport was going to let me get a job up in France or, Belgium, Spain, Italy, Germany. Countries go on. I don't think Turkey, right? They didn't let them in or they were trying to get in. But now I guess there's no need for that because you guys are just going to be this little cold, gray island. How you going to get your food? All y'all going to Ibiza. I'm going to Ibiza. That's going to be more complicated. I mean, you can still travel or whatever, but I don't understand it. And the little bit of reading I did on it was saying that a lot of the older people were voting for this. So it's like, y'all about to die. Let these young people do what they're going to do. But the real question is, you government, why are y'all putting things like this to just lay people without any kind of requirement? Like, I would be so mortified if America was just like, Americans vote on, like, not who gets to discuss it, but just straight up, most votes goes to whoever says we should continue trading with Canada and Mexico or not. Like, you don't necessarily have access to all the information you need to make that kind of decision. So that's the heavy stuff for today. Brexit, that is the heavy thing. My cousin just joined. Hey, girl. What else is there to talk about? Wimbledon. So if you know me, you know that I like tennis. I also have bad nerves, so this thing is shaking. It's like, maybe if I shake my head, then the camera won't shake. It'll like neutralize it. I don't know. But Wimbledon is happening, and I'm so excited about it. The draw just came out, and I don't want to see. I'm so hesitant to talk about this because I don't want to jinx anybody. So this is what I'm going to say. Venus and Serena are in opposite halves of the draw. And that has not happened in a very, very long time. That's all I'm going to say. What's interesting about Wimbledon is Nike came out with this dress. And when I saw the pics a few weeks ago, I was like, that just seems weird because it's like this shift that it's just like it'd be real cute on the runway or on the streets, but it has like no definable waist or anything like that. And apparently the rumor is Wimbledon told them, like, yeah, these girls' ass is out. You have to fix the dress. Like, one girl in the qualifying tournament, she had to use her headband to make a little fake belt to try to cinch it in. I mean, I thought it was cute, but I'm sure their ass is out. It's just like wearing a sheet around your neck and trying to play tennis. Like, it's probably, you come out there looking real fly, but then you're going to be out there swinging, and it's just not going to serve you. Pun not intended, would serve you as best you need it. So that was... that's what's happening with the Wimbledon. But what I will say is Serena is chasing 22, and I think Wimbledon would be a great stage for her to win it on. Venus is also chasing her 6th Wimbledon title, and I think that would be a great stage for her to win it on. 6 at 36. Talk about changing the game. I want to say if you follow Serena, she's been slaying the game. She had to spread in the Wall Street Journal. I do have a question for you, Serena, though. Like, I understand that you play tennis. That wig, I just want to understand better how you. I want to understand because I love you so much, and I love your strong brow. I love that you stand behind it. You let us know on the snap when you're getting to handle one strong brow to another. I embrace it and I love it. And I understand that I'm having a very critical moment just about something vain and vapid. But if you're out here watching, I just want to understand how that wig happened because it was very wiggy. It was, remind me of, you remember before the lace fronts came out, and if you had a wig with a part in it, they would put that like white lady plastic scalp in the middle. Do y'all remember that? And it would just be like, you wanted to look like you had a part, and so they didn't put lace or like any kind of closure. It was just like a little piece of plastic to like make us think it was skin. And that's what I felt. And I know that you are excellent. You are 21. I'm a claimant. You are 22-time Grand Slam champion, Serena Jamaica Williams. And I just want to know how that happened. On the other side of the net, Patricia has a question here. Why is Serena so much better than Venus, like logistically? How does she have 21 and Venus only 5? Had Venus just not participated most of the times? I know she was ill. Does that play a factor? It's just such a large gap. So, just facts. Serena has 21. She has 6 Australian Open, 6 Wimbledon, 6 U.S. Open, and 3 French Opens. Venus has 7. She has 5 Wimbledon and 2 U.S. Open. So, that's the gap. I think part of the reason why Venus has comparatively done worse than Serena, or it's comparatively, there's no air quotes in that, done worse than Serena is a couple of things. One, the illness definitely does account for it. Like about half of Serena's trophies came in the period after Venus was diagnosed with the Sjogren's. For you that don't know, Sjogren's is an illness that impacts your ability to, be energized. It gives you joint pain and, but she's managing it and she's doing well, all things considered. And doing well, all things not considered, she's number 9 in the world. Whether you have an illness or not, to have only 8 people in the whole fucking world play tennis better than you is an accomplishment in and of itself. But I really think that the main difference is that Serena's the youngest, and as the youngest, we're better. No, but seriously, Venus lost to Serena like 4 of those. No, I don't have it offhand, but at least 6 of those that Serena has, Venus, she beat Venus. So that, if Serena wasn't in existence, then Venus would have more. I think that that's part of why there's a greater gap in it. And then I also think that the main difference in their play is they both are relentless. I think that they both are relentless and stubborn, which is one of their greatest assets. I think that Serena is more nimble or clever. So like, I think that sometimes, Venus is like, I'm gonna just keep doing this because I know what I'm doing. And she never makes that point of like the adjustment. Sometimes like if her serve is not clicking, she's just going to keep hitting those big serves. And sometimes it'll come back and then sometimes the match is over. I think that Serena will be like, okay, let me try to figure this out a little better. But I think the main thing is that like Venus's number is impacted by the fact that she lost to Serena so much. And that, and the illness. If those 2 things weren't in existence, she would obviously be the greatest of our generation. She's one of the greatest of her generation, definitely be one of the greatest of all time too. What was I going to say? Venus, Serena, tennis. But even that, even though there's 21, Venus has 21, Serena has 21, Venus has 7. Venus has the most of any person not named Serena. So it really does just highlight Serena's dominance and the fact that that was the challenge for her. I hope that answers your question, Patricia Fitzhugh. I believe she's calling in from America somewhere. As you all can see, I'm here in London. So the other thing I wanted to talk about was this store called Primark. Some of us fabulous divas may know it as Primani. I was actually going to wear something from Primark today, but it wasn't clean. And I guess you wouldn't have known that. So maybe I should have just worn it. They make really cheap clothes. I don't want to get into how they're made. I'm just going to assume that the people that make them like not making money, that they are just like, you know what? I want William to have nice things. And so I'm willing to work for $1. Like, it's a choice. I'm assuming that they're I'm gonna hope that they're not, they're against their will, because that would just make me sad. But they've been slowly pushing into America, and they're coming to Brooklyn to King's Plaza Mall, I believe is what it's called, all the way out in the middle of nowhere. I'm joking, like I don't know what King's Plaza is. If you are from Brooklyn, you have been to King's Plaza, you have been to the Cookie House, you probably went to the movie theater back in the day. If you were a broke girl, you've been in the Joyce Leslie, you've been in the Sears, and not for a refrigerator. Just tell your truth, walk in it, and not for the Kardashian collection. They're replacing the Sears with the Primark. And that shit, when I say that shit is cheap, I mean, I remember one time my homegirl, she was coming back. I was like, girl, actually, I'm going to speak for myself. When I left England, I went into Primark with like 100 pounds. And I left with like 100 pounds of merchandise. So like 100 Great British pounds, and I left with like 100 weight pounds of merchandise. That shit was so cheap. I got like trench coats, no lining, but it was a trench coat. You don't have to open it. It was a trench coat. I got, shirts, pants. I got a whole suit from there one time for like 20 pounds. I should probably give you this angle. I got a whole suit, like a whole suit. When I say suit, I mean shoulders, chest, pants, shoes. I didn't get the shoes because I just think cheap shoes are just like the way to kill yourself. But I got the jacket, I got the pants, I got the shirt, I got the tie, I got 2 extra shirts. And I might have got a pocket square just because they usually come with a tie. And I remember Carmen got this whole bag of stuff and this cute blazer. Do you still have that blazer? Because that blazer was real cute, and it was like 5 pounds. And you could put it, everything you could also put in the wash machine, because you would look real stupid taking something to the dry cleaners when you spent more at the dry cleaners than you did on the garment. Do people ever do stuff like that? Like, do you ever take better care of something than what you actually paid for it? And does that make any sense? Like, do you have something that you would be like, don't mess up my good plates from IKEA? Like, does anybody do that? Because that would be weird. But I think somebody is acting like that. Like, girl, don't break my IKEA plates, because you can't buy another one. So Primark is coming to Brooklyn. If you're just tuning in, we're here having British Day. That's sad that you lost that blazer, girl, but it wasn't that much. So if you have any questions for me, we talked about Brexit. We tried to start off with something a little intelligent. All you thinking that, like, I'm going to just run to Europe, you might want to rethink that. What I also want to talk about is all you Americans who keep thinking that if Donald Trump is elected, you're just going to leave the country. Children, that is not how immigration works, for a couple of reasons. One, that is what y'all claim that the Mexicans do when they come here, which we all know you just don't. I mean, some people do walk to the country illegally, but it's really not that easy. And then two, you don't have that right. Like, you can't just show up in another country and be like, y'all wasn't working out at home, let me come, give me a job. And then you probably also going to want to use their free healthcare and unemployment and et cetera, et cetera. Like, that is not how it works. So you need to get out there. I know, Hillary, it may not be the move for some of you guys, and that is your right. But whatever you think the move is, I need you to get behind that. Just saying you're not going to vote is not the move. So you need to find another candidate. You need to be that candidate. You need to advocate, call Hillary and be like, girl, this is where you fucked up. Well, okay, you can go to Antigua, Patricia. What is there? Is there something there? You just gonna work at the beach? Shots fired. But you don't, that's not how immigration works. It's not like, oh, we just gonna go to Canada and do what? Visit Niagara Falls? Because that's all they're gonna fucking let you do. So if you want to actually be able to ever work and take care of yourself, you need to fix the shit at home, or you need to figure out how to fix the shit at home, or you need to figure out who you're gonna marry in these other countries. And Brexit done fucked it up, so EU is not really an option through England like it used to be. You're just gonna have to either be British or maybe learn another language. And they don't teach us that. So there's that. And I get that some of y'all have options like the Caribbean, all this stuff. I won't get into the fact that your parents came here, so maybe that option exists, but how viable is the option? We won't get into that. That's another day. Maybe, when I have like sorrow or something. Right now I'm on Brexit. But so yeah, that's what we have going on. I also had Black Britons on here to talk about, but I'm going to save that for another day, too, because I haven't really checked in with them. I don't know if they're still doing the S-Curl. When I was there, like 2010, 11, 12, S-Curl was very popular to the point it impacted my life. I don't understand what's happening right here. But, like, people used to ask me if I had an S-Curl, like, who did my S-Curl. And that offended me. Like, I believe in a man's right to choose, and I think if he wants to have an S-Curl, that is his right. but that's not my journey. And so I guess it's maybe like how people with like long hair feel when people are like, do you have a weave? And it's like, it's not a weave, and there's nothing wrong with the weave. But if that's not your truth, then don't push that falsehood on me. That's not my truth, right? I'm giving you 23% European, 75% sub-Saharan African, and 2% other, mostly East Asian, and that's per my DNA results, which you can check out on ebony.com, Deeply Rooted. It has a subtitle that I can't remember, but it's a fabulous story. So that's what we're talking about here. Make sure you catch the Wimbledon, catch the tennis. Make sure you catch the Brexit, the Brexit Club. And were there any other things that you wanted to? Trafina says she just loves this mug so much that she just wants me to keep sipping out of it. Sips tea. And then, what else I want to talk about too is like all of this lingo that was like a part of my secret society called being a black gay man in America. Now that it's just public, I don't know how to talk anymore. But I guess I'm going to just sip this tea. I mean, where's Kermit when you need him? So that's that. I don't know if you kids want to do this over the weekend. You know, I'm completely booked, it being Pride and all, but I will always find time to look at myself in the camera, because if you can't look at yourself, how you gonna look at somebody else? Can I get an amen? Remix. I didn't like that ending. Let's try something else. Somebody asked me a question, and then we'll end with that. Let me scroll up and see what people have been talking about. The cookie, no. So Kings Plaza. Another thing about Kings Plaza is who lives out there? Why is it so far? Like, I feel like no matter what you do to get to Kings Plaza, it's going to take you a year. Like, you can drive, you can take a helicopter, you can take a dollar van, and should you survive the dollar van, you could take the B46. That's going to take you like 6 years. Get the B41. It's like no matter where you're coming from in Brooklyn, it's an hour to Kings Plaza. Like, I have a friend who lives across the street. It take her an hour to get to Kings Plaza. Like, it's like I feel like when you go to Kings Plaza, it's like running up the down escalator. Like, no matter what you do, it just takes, like, you got to press so hard to just keep your head above water just to get to the Kings Plaza. And then you get there, but Primark will make a bitch take that trip. Lolita, you live out there, and it takes you a day to get there, doesn't it? It takes you a full day to even get to Kings Plaza from your own house. Or to like Floyd Bennett Field. And who was Floyd Bennett? And how did he get a field? Well, you say you're not trying to get shot. What I was saying is they opening a new store called Primark. They also bringing a Zara there. So they're trying to, I guess, change the demo. But I feel like unless they build a shuttle or a tunnel, like maybe if they had a tunnel from, oh my gosh, that would actually be really dope. Like if they had a shuttle, not a dollar van, but like an MTA, like Staten Island Express bus from like, if they had a Staten Island, like an express bus from Kings Plaza to Atlantic Center, I think that would actually be really interesting. And I think, Atlantic Center is the second largest transit hub in New York City behind behind 42nd Street. And then Kings Plaza is like this far out place in Brooklyn, but there allegedly are people who live there that might be interesting. So I'm going to leave with that because I'm actually going to go look into this and call my local congressman to get that shuttle from, not from the Junction, no, not the Junction, from Atlanta, like from Barclays. So take you from Barclays to Primark. And I think that would be really interesting. With that, we've spent a lot of time together, and we're now going to have a word from our sponsors. And I hope that you have a great day and that you make bold choices. Cheers, bruv. Oh, wait, I should probably give you let's try it again. I hope that you have a great day and that you make bold choices. Cheers, bruv. I was waiting for some music and like the credits to roll, but I guess we're not there yet. Alrighty, but